Hi guys, it's been a long time. I did not post a video, but today I decided to post a video regarding DNS server. Basically, the way I'm going to explain you the DNS server is from basic to advanced level to configure the primary DNS and the secondary DNS. And also, this is my YouTube channel. This in some info over here. This is my YouTube channel. You can look my more videos over there. And also, this is a website. I just opened the website. Still under construction. Okay, and this is my email if you want to contact me directly. Okay, so without further ado, so let's see this lab setup over here. So the lab setup over here, I need to show you the IP addressing first. So the IP addressing over here right now, let me show you proper IP address. That's better. Okay, so 10.141.1.255. Okay, this is the 255 subnet mask /24. Okay, and 10.187 it's a gateway, and this is a DNS server. Okay, DNS server I'm pointing to itself. Okay, so you can notice that DNS server pointing to itself. Usually this is like if I'm using a Comcast or AT&T or any ISP provider, so I need to use that ISP DNS over here. But right now I'm using my own because it's my own I'm going to configure my own DNS server. So let's see. So this is one scenario. This is the second scenario over here. So here in this one, I already installed the DNS server over here. Okay, so this is the DNS primary and this is the DNS secondary. And I have one more VM which is client. Okay, right now client don't have any internet connection. See, there is no internet access. Okay, so we will come back to the client later on. Right now, I'm trying to have this setup. I'm trying to tell you this setup. So over this side, I already installed the DNS server. So let me show you real quick what is the IP addressing over here. The IP addressing over here, this becomes so slow. Okay, so the IP addressing over here, I'm pointing this one 10.141.2.255.0.0.0 10.187.1.1. Okay, this is what the IP address of this one, and 10.141.2 is the primary, because since it is the DNS server, so I'm pointing this one as a DNS, and then that one I'm pointing to the primary. Okay, so if this won't work, then it can go to the primary. Okay, so that's how I set up. So I suppose not to give this one also over here. So it itself the DNS server. So whatever, it's okay. This one I can do like this also. It itself the DNS server. Okay, if it cannot resolve, in case if this one cannot resolve, and then 10.100.41.1. Okay, so let's see the setup right now. We saw the setup here. Okay, so real quick, let me configure the DNS server first. So before we configure the DNS server, this is Windows 2012 R2. Okay, so we need to click on the server manager. Okay, so then we need to wait till the process, there should be some process going on. Okay, so add roles and features. Next. Okay, it's let it to be default. Next. Okay, next, this is IP addressing. Make sure that for DNS server, so we need to select the DNS server and then add features. Okay, so next. Okay, and next, and next. Install. Okay, while it's installing, let me show you something little trick. Okay, since I'm in network, okay, I have the primary DNS, and since the gateway is there, gateway will resolve some of the IP addressing directly. So if I ping this one here, ping 4.2.2.2, okay, it's a it's one of the public DNS. Okay, if I ping google.com, it won't ping because I don't have the DNS server. Okay, but the same if I ping the IP, Google IP, it's pinging the IP. Okay, so here I can ping the IPs, but I cannot ping the domain names. Okay, that's what you need to remember. But still, DNS is not installed. Okay, here I just installed the DNS this one, so there's no configuration, nothing. So if you can see over here, properties. Okay, so I don't have, only I have the IP addressing. Okay, I don't have any forwarders. I don't have any forwarders. I don't have anything over here. Okay, so still when I'm using here, okay, and let's it is pinging. Okay, so ping. So it is pinging. So I will let you understand later on why it's pinging. Okay, even though we don't have, see the IP setup. I show you already the IP setup. Okay, so it itself pointing itself. Just only the difference between this and that is that primary, secondary, and the primary is that just I install the DNS. Okay, so this itself pointing. Okay, so I will tell you why and how. Okay, so let's restart. Okay, so it's installed already, so I can close it up. Okay, so right now I'm going to search for DNS. Okay, let me check if it's installed. If I have any flags here. No, it's installed. Search DNS. Okay, so DNS came up. It takes time to configure. Okay, I just pin to taskbar, start or anywhere so that I don't search every time. I just go and open the DNS over here. So this is the DNS primary. Okay, and then secondary. Then we go to the client. Okay, so here so to start with configuration of DNS. So right now you are going to configure DNS. Okay, right click over here, configure, click on configure DNS. Okay, so next. Okay, so create a forward lookup zone recommended for small networks. Create a forward and reverse lookup zone recommended for large networks. Okay, configure root hints only recommended for advanced users. We just go with this one so that you understand what is forward and reverse lookup zones. Okay, so say next. Yes, so now it's asking yes, create a forward lookup zone. Okay, we say next. Okay, it's a primary. So since it's a primary over here. Say next. So primary zone. So let's say let's say this is zone name test zone.com. Okay, zone name will be test zone.com. or testdns.com. testdns.com. So you have the examples over here, testzone.com. Okay, testdns.com. Okay, so create a new file with the file name. Just leave it. If you want to change this one, it's up to you. Okay, next. Okay, so now here, just for our lab purpose, I will select allow both non-secure and secure dynamic updates. Okay, just for the lab purpose, or else you can go with this one. Okay, Yes, create a reverse lookup zone. So now it is asking to create a reverse lookup zone, or you can select this one. No, don't want to create a reverse lookup zone right now. You can create later also, but I would like to show you how to create a reverse lookup zone also right now. Okay, so this is the primary zone. Yeah, IPv4 or IPv6. So since we are using IPv4, so I selected the IPv4. Okay, so what is your network to identify the reverse lookup zone? Okay, 10 dot. Okay, so my IP my network is 10.0.0.0. I can just say 10.0. That's it. I can say like this only. So it assumes 10.0.0.0. Okay. Next. So you make sure here reverse lookup zone. Can you see this one? 0.10. Okay. Or you can remove this 0 also if you want. Okay. 10 dot all this address. Whatever after 10, it will take all this address. Okay. So here create a new file name. Okay, if you want to change the file name, you can change the file name or leave it default. Okay, .dns. See, this one is the name .dns file name. Okay, so say next, not a problem. So it's also here. I will select allow both non-secure and secure dynamic updates. Okay, so right now it's asking me should this DNS server forward queries. Okay, so this DNS server, since it's an internal DNS server, so that's the reason. Okay, so this should need to forward the queries to the other DNS server. Okay, it's the reason because it itself don't have any it itself cannot resolve any DNS entries. Okay, so we should need to enter. Okay, 75.75.75.75. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is the main DNS server which is belongs to the ISP. Okay, that means this DNS server, if like for example this client, okay, this client comes to this DNS asking for Microsoft.com. Since this one don't know about Microsoft.com, what it will do, it will forward to this one. Okay, it will forward the entry to this one. Okay, so this, since this is the ISP, so this ISP knows about the DNS, so this ISP can give us the IP of the Microsoft or Google or anything we browse or we are trying to access the outside world from our local network. Okay, so let me go down this one. Okay, so right now I have the forward. Okay, so say next. Done. That's it. Okay, so right now, okay, let me minimize. Okay, a while ago we have problem with uh, with pinging the domain names. Okay, let's try now. Okay, google.com. See, now it's can able to reply. Okay, I will show you one more trick over here. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's go here. Okay, so now it's all configured over here. These are the forward lookup zones, test.dns.com. Okay, test.dns.com. Let me write it down here. Testdns.com. Testdns.com. Okay, so right now there are no entries over here. Okay, I'll tell you about this one in a while. Okay, this is the reverse lookup zone. Okay, so no entries over here. Okay, let's do something practical. Properties. Okay, so this is the forwarder. Okay, this it's showing the camcast.net. Okay, so let's delete this one. Okay, let's remove this one. Can I remove from here? Forwarders. Okay, I can delete. delete. Okay, so I deleted the forwarders. Okay, so let's see what will happen right now. I just want to show you something. Okay, still the same ping. It's supposed not to ping, but it's still pinging. Okay, let me try with France.com. It's pinging. Okay, you know why it's pinging? The reason why, because of this one. Okay, root hints. Even though you don't have any forwarders, okay, even though you don't have any forwarders, okay, still root hints, all these are .NET servers. Okay, all these are .NET servers. So what they will do, since there is nothing available, okay, since the query came to this server, okay, or the client or any other LAN requested the query to this one, what this will do, this will just directly goes, submit the query. Since it doesn't have any forwarders, okay, it doesn't have any forwarders, this local computer doesn't have any forwarder. What it will do, it will just forward the query to the root hints. So one of the root hints from here, whichever the server is a server available, or whichever the server respond properly, then one of the server over here respond to our query and translate. Okay, better to have, rather than using the root hints. Okay, always better to use our own DNS server, which will be faster. Okay, so that's the reason we are going to have our own DNS server. Okay, so properties. Okay, forwarders, we are going to add our own DNS server 75.75.75.75, which is ISP. Okay, we know that this is just one hop away from our network. That's the reason this will be better. Okay, apply and okay. So let's enter some entries over here. Okay, let's see the status of the client right now. Okay, so let's see the status of client. Okay, so we don't have any DNS entry over here. Let's put the DNS entry 10.41. No, 10.100.41.1. Okay, so this is the 3. Okay, 1.1 is the primary, 1.2 is 41.1 is primary, 41.2 is secondary, 41.3 is the client. Okay, let's put this one also. 100.41.2 is the secondary. Okay, still we did not configure the secondary, we will do it. So say okay, say okay. So hopefully, let's see if we are going to have the internet right now. Okay, let's try to access the internet. Ping. Can you see that? Okay, ping google.com. So it's translating. Okay, so ignore about this icon. So sometimes when you refresh, it will be fine. Okay, network refresh only. Okay, so we'll minimize this one for a while. Okay, so what is the name of this one? Let's see the name for this one. Okay, so the name for this one, the name over here. Okay, Win Group X RX. Okay, is the name. Win Group X RX. Okay, is the name. Okay, so what is the IP? IP 10.100.10.100.41.3. Okay, so let's have an entry. We will add an entry over here. Okay, so since we have the forward lookup and the reverse lookup. Okay, so let's add an entry over here. New pointer. Okay, 10.100.41.3. Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay, 41.3 host name. Okay. Oh, sorry. This is I'm adding the reverse lookup. Okay, I need to add the forward lookup. Sorry. Okay, so new host. That's what I'm confused. What's going on there? Okay, so name, name. What is the name? Let's say, yeah, Win Group X RX. Okay, and the IP address 10.100.43.41.3. Okay, add host. Can you see the host record Win Group X RX? Okay, test DNS.com was automatically successfully created. Okay, so done. So right now, if you want to ping, okay, say for example, ping 10.100.41.3. So you can ping with the IP. Okay, since now we configured the DNS name, ping win group X RX. So whatever the name we give over here, okay, whatever the name this one carrying, okay, win group X RX. Okay, I'll keep this one open. Okay, okay, win group X RX. Okay, ping win group X RX. See, it is now pinging, but right now it's getting the IP version 6. Okay, so let's disable the IP version 6. Let's disable that IP version 6. Okay, I disable the IP version 6 over here, and also here I will disable the IP version 6. It's just replying, that's it. It's nothing to do with the DNS server. DNS server still we configure for the IP version 4. It's just the ping is replying through IP version 6. Okay, so we disable here also. Okay, so I'll minimize. So let's see the entry right now. Can you see this one right now? 10.62.0.107. Oh, just give me a second. Where it's getting from ping win group X RX dot test DNS.com. Okay, so right now 10.141.3, or maybe maybe I have one more. Why this happened? Maybe I have the same name on the network, so that's the reason that this query is forwarded to that name, and it's just getting this reply. That's what I believe in. Okay, let me check. Okay, so always remember better to give in dot test DNS.com. Okay, always better to give our DNS also, including the name. Okay, so let's assume that we don't want to give the name what we have over here. Okay, so what I mean to say that, let's assume that we don't want to give the name what we have over here. Okay, we don't want to give the name over here. Okay, still we can able to put an entry over here. Okay, new host. Okay, so we are not going to put a name for that one. Okay, so we are going to give a different name, Windows Win client. Okay, IP address will use same 10.100.41.3. Okay, add a host. Done. Okay, so right now let's do one thing. Let's do what we did over here. Win client. Okay, ping win client. See, it won't ping. Okay, because win client is physically not available. This name is physically not available. Okay, if physically available, assigned to any computer, then it will just query and get it back. So in this scenario, since we are not using the real name of the computer which we assigned already, okay, so in this scenario we should need to use the complete domain name, which is this one, win client. Okay, let me use that, win client dot testdns.com. See, can you see this, guys? Okay, so this is the difference. Okay, if I'm repeating again, if the physical name is available on the system, on any system, if you are like, if you give the IP, okay, and the physical name is available, the physical name which we did here in this one, okay, the physical name is the same as this one, and then we give the IP, so it's resolve and come back. Okay, so even though we don't have any, whatever the physical name available, it reply. Okay, it reply. So right now, since we did not give any physical, there is no computer on the network, okay, available with the Windows client name. Okay, we are just simply pinging with the Windows client. Okay, let me do again, Windows client. So it's not going to reply because it doesn't know where to, it forward the query, but nobody reply for that one. So that's the reason, ping Windows client dot testdns.com. So now, since since we gave the complete DNS, so now it can able to query and reply it back. Okay, so this is what it is, right? So now you understand all the stuff. Okay, so right now let me just keep it open, this DNS. Okay, I need to explain you some other stuff also. Okay, let me configure the secondary right now. Now you goes to DNS. Okay, so I just install the DNS over here so that we don't use more time. Okay, so right now you configure DNS server. Okay, next. Now you have the, oh, let me do one thing here. Okay, so yes, forward lookup zone recommended. Okay, so the same how you are configuring. So this is the secondary DNS. Rather than you selecting the primary over here, so you are going to select the secondary over here. Okay, zone name, secondary zone name. So let's give zone name just for test. Okay, XYZ. See what will happen. No, but you need to give the same name over here. So test DNS.com. Okay, but if I give that wrong one, then we'll get later on, we'll get issue. So that's the reason I'm giving the testdns.com. Zone name is, this is the zone name, so we are giving the same zone name over here. Okay, testdns.com. Okay, so specify the DNS servers which you want to copy the zone. Servers are contained in the order shown. Okay, so now we are going to give this IP over here. Okay, 10.100.41.1. Can you see this one? It's resolved already. 10.100.41.1 DNS 1. Okay, this is okay. So this is the IP address of this one. So next, yes, create a reverse lookup zone also. Okay, no problem. Create a reverse lookup zone since we have the reverse lookup zone over there. Okay, this is also a secondary zone, not the primary zone. Okay, next, IPv4. Yeah, network ID 10 dot. Okay, that's it. We give 10 dot. Keep it 10. Okay, so this is already the same one. Okay, so here what it's showing, should this DNS server forward the queries? Yeah, you should need to. Okay, the same I show you here a while ago. Okay, the same, we enter the same. Yes, 75.75.75.75. If you don't give, then it goes to the root hints. Okay. Okay. So right now we have the secondary DNS server, but the okay. Let's see the entries over here. So it's still reverse lookup zone also. It is zone not loaded by the DNS server. Okay. The reason why this secondary DNS server knows about the primary DNS server. Now the reason why we are failing over here, but the primary DNS server don't have any knowledge of existing secondary DNS server. So that's the reason what we need to do. We need to go to the primary DNS server. We need to inform to the primary DNS server there is secondary DNS server. Okay. So we need to go, okay, properties. No, not here. Okay. So we need to go to forward lookup zones. Okay. What test DNS properties. Okay. So here start of authority. So refresh interval. Okay. Refresh. This is the refresh interval. We will say like 5 minutes. Interval 3 minutes. Okay. I reduce the timing over here. Okay. It's the cache. This TTL, time to live, is whatever the cache is available on this system. It will keep for 1 hour. Okay. Okay, sorry, we need to go back again here. Zone transfers. Okay. Here when we select here, only to the following servers. 10 dot, that means okay, so the options here, to any server, only to the servers listed in the name servers tab. Okay, we have two things. Are only we can able to select this one and add over here, but I always recommend you to do in a different way. Okay, only to the following servers. Select here this one, edit. Okay, 10.141.2. So which is this DNS server. So it will take time. Attempting to resolve. It will take time. Okay, and also we do one thing. To specify secondary servers to be notified of the zone updates, click notify. Okay, click notify, and then also I will add the following servers: 10.100.41.2. Okay, this is okay here. So this is going to be resolve over here. Okay, let's open again. It will resolve. This one already got resolved. 10.141.2. Okay, let me ping one time. Hmm, 41.2 request timeout. So what's the reason request timeout? 10.141.2 is timing out. Oh, did I disable the IPv4 here? Okay, let me disable the IPv6. Okay, now 1041. It is timing out. Okay. Disable and enable. Okay. So what happened here? 1041.2. Okay, let me check if it is going to access. Ping. It can access the gateway 10.100.41.1. It can. Okay. Okay, it is replying back 1041.2. This one is not replying. Okay, let me delete this one and add 10.100.41.2. Okay, let me see if it's going to work. Okay, let's try this one first. Okay, so right now we added the properties over here, zone transfers. Okay, 1000. Let me check over here. Yep, it got it. So can I see this one? When I refresh, see this one. These two entries came in already. Okay, whatever we entered over here. Can I see this one here? It came over here. So I will check why the status is not. Okay, so let's do the same in reverse lookup also. So reverse lookup we have one pointer. So the difference between, you should need to understand what is the what is the difference between the forward lookup and the reverse lookup. Forward lookup is starts with the name, okay, and then IP address. The same if you look at the reverse lookup, it's with the IP address to the name, IP address to the host name. Okay, so reverse lookup we have one. Okay, see, can you see here? Refresh also not going to work. Okay, so still it's zone not loaded by the DNS server. Okay, so what we can do here, we need to go properties. So we need to do individually over here. Okay, zone transfers, we need to go to start of authority also. Start of authority, we need to reduce the timing. 5, 3. Okay, even you can say seconds also. Okay. Okay, so right now we need to add here properties, zone transfers only to the selected, edit. Okay, 10.100.41.2. Okay, apply. Okay, so let's add, because of always it's better to add the notify zone transfers. Okay, so notify. Okay, 10.100.41.2. Okay, so let's refresh here, refresh here. Can I see this one, guys? So always better to have the notify. Okay, start of authority, not zone transfers, and then you notify this also. So that what it will do, this to specify secondary servers to be notified of zone updates. Click notify. Okay, so now notify and add that one. Okay, so now from now on, what's going to happen if ever we enter a, like, say for example, a entry here. Okay, host AAA. Okay, before I do that, let me check this one. Let me set this one to properties, start of authority. Oh, whatever it gives. Okay, I need to change it here. So DNS servers, start of authority, 5 seconds, 3 seconds. Okay, let's do like this. Okay, so let's enter a. Okay, so refresh here. So every time you need to remember, whenever it did some changes, you need to go and refresh. Select reverse lookup zone and refresh also. So you get the details. Okay, properties. So I just want to minimize the time so that we don't wait. Apply. Okay, so if you go here, it's still the same, I believe. Start of authority, 5 minutes only. Okay, it won't come until unless you refresh. Okay, let's go here. Properties. I believe it's came. Okay, 5 seconds and 3 seconds. Okay, so always try to refresh each forward lookup and the reverse lookup. Okay, so right now I'm going to add an entry over here. Okay, let's add an entry over here. Test client test. Still, we are going to do the same client test. 10.100.41.3. Okay, add host. Okay, so let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you see this, guys? It came within 5 seconds. It just came over here. Okay, so we can ping from here also. That one. Ping client test.testdns.com. Okay, so this is how the primary. Okay, but here you need to have some info on how it works. Okay, I have some notes here. Okay, so the definition of the zone transfer, zone transfer is the term used to refer to the process by which the contents of the DNS zone file are copied from the primary server to the secondary server. Okay, the facts about that is that a zone transfer will occur during any of the following scenarios. When starting the DNS service on the secondary DNS server, that means when you are starting the DNS service on the secondary DNS server, okay, it will go and pull the new records from there. Okay, or all the records whichever belongs to the DNS server. And the second scenario, when the refresh time expires, that means every 5 seconds we configure so that it will go on get the new data. Okay, it will go and sense it will go and query the primary to give the data. Okay, when changes are saved to the primary zone file and there is notify list, so we have the notify list there, so it's also going to work. Okay, so here you need to remember this point. Zone transfers are always initiated by the secondary zone server, secondary DNS server. The primary DNS server simply answers to the request for the zone transfer. Okay, so now you need to understand this one. All the requests done by the secondary zone. Okay, not the primary. Okay, primary just give the whatever the updates it have. Okay, so right now you might be confused with the why we are using the forward lookup zone and the reverse lookup zone. look at this scenario for the forward lookup zone and the reverse lookup zone. So here I want to, okay, step number one, I want to know the IP address of the student one computer in college domain. Okay, student1.college.com. So the query goes over here, and then the answer come back. It says 192.59.2.8, which is this one. Okay, but the reverse lookup, what it's doing, what is the name of 192.59.2.5? See this reverse lookup also, when this goes, this also confirming the host existence. Okay, this is just because, sorry, this is just because to confirm the request came from the host, which is valid host on the network, just to confirm. That's the reason the medium to large network, they use the security purpose, they use to resolve the request from where it's coming. Okay, that's the reason. Okay, so this is a little bit theory about forward lookup zones and the zone transfers. So once you do the zone transfer, now for example, if you want to create anything here, see, you don't have any option to create zones. Okay, so right click here, see, you have option to create zones over here. Okay, but right here there is no option to create zones. Okay, so here right click, there is no option to create any records. Okay, there is no option to create any records over here. Here, since you have the options to create records, even if you want to change the timers, okay, you still need to do everything, all the changes in the primary. Secondary will just get the changes. Okay, so to conclude this lab video, DNS, so this is the primary. Okay, as it's mentioned over here. So you have here 110.141.1. Okay, and this DNS server pointing to itself. Okay, this is the secondary 10.141.2, and the DNS server pointing to itself and pointing to the primary also. And when you goes to the client, is the same thing. Client just pointing to this primary and secondary, and it's working. It can resolve the domain names. Okay, so that's not an issue right now. So there is one step, last step but not least. I want to show you something like for example, you are doing a DNS server for existing setup, or you have like you have the old DNS server, and now you have the new new hardware you want to build up on the new hardware. Okay, so the old DNS server entries have, think like you have like hundreds of entries or thousands of entries in the old DNS server. What you can do, you can able to export that list. Okay, you can able to go here. Okay, you can able to go here and export. Okay, if you click here and export, that means it's going to export the forward DNS lookup. If you click here and export, it's going to export the reverse DNS lookup. Okay, so you need to know which one you are exporting. Okay, right now I will show you only the forward lookup zone, and then reverse lookup zone the same thing also. Okay, so the forward lookup zone, you just need to export. Okay, export, give a file name and save the place, and then bring the file here. So think that I bring the file already from my old DNS server. Okay, when I open the file, I have the old DNS server entries over here. So I have like hundreds of entries over here. Okay, all these entries I should need to add to this server. So what I can do, I can copy all these stuff, copy all these stuff, copy all this stuff. Okay, so I can able to paste it here. Okay, I need to add it here. So what I can do, I need to go to DNS server, C:, Windows. Okay, system32. Okay, DNS. Okay, you need to go to this file, dns.com. Before you do this one, okay, so you have 3 entries over here. So as you can see, 3 entries over here. Before you do this, you shut down the DNS. Okay, so what you will do, you just go and paste it. over here. So you paste all the entries over here. Okay. So save it. Okay. Now we go here, start, and then click on this one and then refresh. So you should need to do refresh. Okay. Still you cannot see any entries over here. Let's see that maybe there might be some problem. Okay. So these records created with A only A. Okay. This with the host A. So what we need to do, we need to match all these records with this time. Okay. So simply we need to think about logically. So copy this one, go to edit, go to replace. If we start doing one by one manually, it will take time. Okay. Find replace with A. So what we are doing, all we are going to match with A only. Okay. Replace all. So done. So we did replace all with A only. Okay. So save. So right now I go here. Okay. Let me stop the DNS and start it back. Start back. Go here and refresh. See, you got all the entries over here. Okay, so these entries will copy here. Okay, after some time it copy the secondary. So by doing this one, so you reduce manually entering all this stuff from the old DNS server. Okay, hope this video is informative for you. Okay, thank you for watching, and please give me the comments. If I want to improve in somewhere, I will improve, or if you want to give me some suggestions, I will be happy to accept those suggestions. Thank you very much. Goodbye.